Konnichiwa, minasan. Konnichiwa. Can you guys? Hello. Hello. I'm pointing at you, my sisters and brothers, and all you they, thems, non-bi, barbecue plus. I'm talking to you guys. Barbecue plus. What's poppin', y'all? What's good? Hope you guys have been all right. I am here chilling. It has been a very good week because I am alive. That's right. And hope you guys have been good too. I want to briefly talk about just some things I've been seeing people. This is gonna be a shorter video. I've been seeing just people I care about just going through a lot in life, and yeah, I I don't know what to say. I've I see my loved ones do what they can to handle the stresses of life, and it makes me hopeful. Like, I just had a conversation the other night with my brother, and he is one of the hardest working people I know. And it I realize, like, everyone's just trying to make it. Everyone's just trying to make a living doing what they do with the things that they're passionate about, but life and reality hits you with things, right? And I understand that. This video is not a downer. This video is not to say everything's gonna be okay, but it is. See that bait and switch? This video is me reminding you that it is gonna be okay. It's gonna be more than okay. If things are shitty right now, it's more than likely temporary. And if you're going through a really hard mental blockage, then my heart and my empathy goes out. And I just want you to know that it's not over, right? It's really not over. You can choose it too. You can be like, man, fuck all this shit. Just why I think, like, I kind of understand. I realize, like, some homeless people or people who live in the streets. First of all, they're not homeless. Most of these people aren't homeless because they had no choice. Most of them are. I think they kind of figured it out. They just choose to live like that. I think they're kind of tapped out. They're sick and tired of everything. They're just like, you know what? Fuck all this shit. I ain't trying to keep up with all this bullshit. So they just check out and they say, you know what? I'm happy right here underneath this bridge. Fuck you, bitches. I think that's what it is. Because I've grown up around these places and these neighborhoods, and I've talked to them too. And they're not crazy. I mean, sure, everybody might have mental health problems, but they're not crazy. I think everyone's just figuring out their own way. And I just want you to know that you need rest. I had this conversation about grinding and working and being tired, but as human beings, we're not made to live like that. Like, it's important to work hard. I really believe that you got to be diligent, but it's really important that you rest. Not saying that you should just stay away from what you got to do for months on end and just hold things off and just do things if you're motivated. I'm just saying, like, as you work, you need to rest. As human beings, we're spiritual beings made to live. We're made to live life. And it's not natural that you're conditioned to grind all the time. You know what I mean? Like, think about that word grinding. That word grind means to grind down. It means to break down. That's not a natural word. It's to wear things down. Grinding bone against bone, it wears down the cartilage until you can't walk no more. It's the same thing in life, man. Like, you need to rest. As a human being, you grow as you work, as you, let's say you go through pain, like you're working out a muscle or something, and as you go through pain, you rest, and then you heal, and then you recover. And then enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy yourself. I've been having a really good week, as much as my anxieties will spike every once in a while. Dude, I often think about, I'm always thinking about, like, everything that can go wrong in the future. Finances, job stability, economy, COVID 2, electric boogaloo, all that shit, right? Like, all these things, that's just, it's unpredictable. And I forget that, oh, wait, I need to just sit. I just need to sit and just like chill. Just chill out, man. It's your brain is always constantly going on overdrive. I was doing meditation the other day. I used to do this shit very often, and I haven't done it in years. And I was like, you know what? Let me do a meditation. No, I haven't done it in like months. I would sit back and I would just meditate, and my brain would just fire off, going into so many different avenues because I'm so anxious about stuff. I get distracted. Bills, money, food. Got to take care of this project. Got to do that. Got to make sure I do this thing. Got to, oh, all the stuff that I bought, all the books that I bought, I got to read that. I got to make time for this. Oh, my grandmother, got to take her to a doctor's appointment. It's like all of these things, and I realized, man, just fucking relax. I know it's hard, especially if you're in a shitty situation. Easier said than done. What the fuck am I saying? Like, just sitting back. I would just sit back and, man, just stare at a wall. It might sound weird, but sometimes I just fucking stare at a wall. I won't even draw. I know in the back of my head, I'm like, I gotta practice, I gotta draw, I gotta finish my projects, I gotta get ready for the next thing, I gotta take care of my personal stuff. And I'm like, hold on, dude, I gotta clear my mind. I just gotta be bored to stare at a wall. Maybe it'll make me appreciate life. And and I see that with my loved ones. I see how everybody is going through something, right? Everyone's going through stressors. You have personal problems you got to deal with, and you're just constantly like this. And, in some cases, it's worse than others. Some cases, it's really bad. I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm just really grateful that I get to be around my loved ones and my friends, and I get to see them. I don't care about how much money they have. I don't care if they're broke. I don't care if they're a celebrity. I don't give a shit. I'm just happy to just be around people that I care about and share experiences, playing games, watching movies. Or somebody might say, like, well, Moish, you gotta be rich to be able to afford friends. Nobody has time for friends. Like, bitch, when I was a kid, I used to be in the streets all the time. And when I would be out, first of all, this is dangerous. Don't be doing this. But man, I used to be homies with like just the dude living in the street, and I would see him every night. Now, of course, again, I don't recommend that, but I'm just saying, like, human connection doesn't cost anything. It can, but it doesn't cost anything. I think that's really important. with all this going on in life, everything that you're going through, maybe you don't feel like nobody feels like they're where they're supposed to be. Everybody feels like they're behind. Most of us, right? I mean, most people who aren't, we don't come from old money. We don't have generational wealth, right? So you gotta build that yourself, and we don't have that. Um, so I understand. I understand everyone's trying to do the best they can, and everybody feels like they're behind. And it's not just you, man. Dude, this economy is rough. I'm not making this video to be one of these like doom and gloom videos. I'm just saying, look, it's gonna be all right, man. Look at this. Look at this shit. You got limbs. There are people that don't fucking have limbs. I got a nose. I got two fucking nostrils. I got eyes, motherfucker. I got lips. I got my health. I have time. I have time. I don't know how long that time is. I could be dead in a couple of years, but at the very least, I have time. And today is a day for me to start anew. There are some days like this week, I would just be fucking. I would feel like there's so much to do, and I just sit there and I don't get shit done because it's so overwhelming. But then the next day, I'd be like, you know what? Just take two steps. Just take two steps to do that thing is a start. Because the worst thing that you can do is look at that fucking mountain and feel like you have to do a Death Stranding mountain run up the mountaintop. That's the worst thing, is feeling like you have so many things piled on you, and everything feels like a mountainous task. And I think everybody feels that way now. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. This is also the reason why when I used to go out into the streets and like I would tag and just be alone, I had no money to my name. I didn't even bring my ID sometimes. And I would go out um, and I would take a bus somewhere. Usually, I used to go by like downtown area or by Koreatown area, or it's like just anywhere. And in these neighborhoods, you don't know what you're gonna run into. There's usually crackheads, there's fucking streetwalkers, there's gang members, there's areas where you're not supposed to go into. Like I would walk into certain alleyways and it looks like if you look like a tourist, like something's gonna happen to you. And but still, when I would put myself in these situations, I remember feeling so free because I didn't have any obligation to anything. Or when I'm there. I'm not saying like I don't have responsibilities, but when I'm there and I'm out and I know that I could just die at any moment. I could just like, some shit might happen to me, but at the same time it felt freeing because I didn't feel like I had to answer a phone call or I had to um, be somewhere. I could just be lost here for just hours on end. Something that was very freeing about that. And that I remember when I used to do that, reminded me that I could, man, I could just live. You mean tell me I could pick up a fucking eraser? I could just go out and I could just explore. I could grab, I could pick up shit from the floor and I don't know, do whatever the fuck I want. I could just sit here in this corner and just rot for the rest of the night. Like I could just do that. I couldn't, I don't need to feel like I'm obligated to anything. And it was kind of empowering because I would go the next day realizing like I could do stuff. I could pick up my pencil and just get to drawing just a little bit. If you guys are struggling with getting shit started, just know like, hey man, today might suck. Today is probably going to suck, but hey, tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. At the very least, if you're lucky enough to be in good health, um, even if you're flat out broke, even if you're rock bottom, if you're in good health and you don't have a drug addiction, my God, my God, I'm excited for you, man. Because next day you could walk, you could go do something. You know, you could talk to people, you could shake hands, pick up a pencil and draw, read a book, you know, like submit that job application. Like there's always something that you can do. So just want to point it at that. Good luck, everyone. I wish you all the best. Stay breezy. I gotta go take my grandmother to her doctor's appointment. Bye bye. Bye bye. I love you.